Jake Paul running, champ. Back for me.
Yeah, I'm cooperating.
You're under arrest.
For what exactly?
We'll go over it downtown.
Like, we don't know, but that's really, really rattled him for him to think of and plan doing something like that.
Breaking news from the airport. Jake Paul tried to attack Anthony Joshua and got arrested by police. Fans are mocking Paul, calling him a coward who makes excuses to avoid real fights. Everyone is talking about how ridiculous he looks, trying to act tough, but getting caught by authorities instead.
He get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family. And
Jake Paul's arrest has shaken the boxing world, and Adam Catterall's words capture the mixed reactions perfectly. Some say the drama is bad for the sport, while many admit they are glued to the story. Everyone is talking about the airport incident, and Paul's antics only make him look desperate and fight avoidant, turning the situation into chaos and headlines rather than any real competition.
But I do feel it's maybe what the sport doesn't need, and yet many people are saying, no, it's great, you watch it. Everybody wants to go to that fight.
Paul Smith's reaction shows how ridiculous Jake Paul's behavior looks to everyone watching. People are laughing at him because he turned a serious airport clash into a circus. What Paul did wasn't dangerous, but it highlights how desperate and insecure he's trying to act tough and hide from a real fight, while making himself look foolish.
We expect that from Chisora. I'm not going to lie, when it happens, I laughed my head off. I absolutely laughed my head off.
I did too.
I thought it was quite poetic. I thought what happened was quite...
The airport drama may not be condoned, but it certainly grabs attention and shows how Jake Paul keeps creating chaos. His arrest only adds to the hype and shows he's relying on antics rather than skill. Everyone is waiting to see what Paul will do next, while his reputation takes another hit for acting reckless and desperate.
Twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Frank Warren's words perfectly describe Jake Paul's mess at the airport. It is a disaster people cannot look away from. Everyone sees him struggling and making excuses instead of fighting properly. His antics are more about drama than boxing, and every headline makes him look weaker, proving he is scared and trying to avoid facing Anthony Joshua seriously.
can he do it or not? This is a car crash, and people will watch it because that's what people do at car crashes, and that's what this is.
Eddie Hearn points out Jake Paul's stubbornness and lack of understanding of the sport. The airport incident shows he does not take boxing seriously and is trying to control headlines with antics. Everyone sees through it now as desperate behavior. He's not just risking legal trouble, but also making himself look like a clown, trying to scare Joshua rather than proving himself in the ring.
And he doesn't understand what the business means to us. So, again, this is not something that we do often, but we're not fucking around.
Conor Benn admits that facing Anthony Joshua is a massive challenge, but Jake Paul chose chaos over preparation. The airport stunt proves he is avoiding the real test and relying on drama to cover fear. Fans see Paul's antics as a way to distract from his inability to step up and face a proven champion, further exposing him as all hype and no substance.
He's a grafter, he works hard, he ain't got to do it. He's taking on the hero of British boxing. He's the guy who's done it all, a massive puncher. You got to take your hat off to him, man.
Duke McKenzie highlights the huge gap between a real boxer and Jake Paul. The airport clash and Paul's arrest show he is all show and no skill. Fans are laughing because every stunt reveals him as a wannabe hiding from serious competition. The hype surrounding him collapses when compared to a trained professional, exposing his bluff and fear.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form, and it'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete against a...
Johnny Nelson's comment reminds everyone that opinions are inevitable, but Jake Paul's airport stunt has sparked outrage for all the wrong reasons. The incident proves Paul is desperate for attention and unable to face Anthony Joshua in a proper fight. Critics and fans alike are calling him out for childish behavior and trying to manipulate headlines instead of earning respect in the ring, showing once again that his actions are driven by fear rather than skill, and that his reputation is crumbling under the weight of his own reckless choices.
When you walk away from this game, you understand everybody has an opinion, and it's a case of you don't have to have bad.
Dave Coldwell highlights exactly why Jake Paul's airport behavior was over the line. What should have been hype and promo turned into an unnecessary physical stunt. People see him as reckless and immature, trying to intimidate Joshua with cheap tricks. This isn't about boxing anymore. It's about Paul's lack of respect for rules, safety, and his own credibility.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Does that cross the line, do you think?
Yeah, it does. Listen, the presser was good. It was a great presser, back and forth, poking each other, but not too far. But once you get physical and you touch a man's face, then
Tony Bellew makes it clear that Paul's stunt could have caused serious harm. Fans and analysts are shocked at his recklessness and poor judgment. What started as a publicity stunt has become a legal and reputational nightmare. Everyone is mocking him for risking injury to Joshua, proving once again that Paul relies on chaos and fear rather than real fighting ability.
But to slap in the face towards the eye,
in the ear as well.
People have to realise that I've got 2 scratched eyeballs, and the eyeball's the part of the body it never heals. Yeah. So the best way to explain it is it would be like varnishing a door, and the varnish comes off, and then you've got to re-put the varnish back on. Yeah, the liquid on the eye comes off in the cornea, it gets damaged.
Johnny Nelson points out the confusion and constant updates around the incident. Jake Paul's arrest has created a whirlwind of breaking news and speculation. Fans are debating whether this stunt was fear-driven or just pure recklessness. Every update makes him look smaller in comparison to Joshua and more like someone trying to avoid a legitimate fight while making headlines for all the wrong reasons.
No matter what drugs you take, it doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter, and that's proof. So until more news comes.
Frank Warren reveals that the incident has thrown serious doubt on whether the fight can even happen. Fans are ridiculing Jake Paul for making it all about chaos instead of preparation. Legal issues, arrests, and constant drama show he is unfit to handle pressure. Paul is losing credibility with every stunt while the world watches him self-destruct in front of cameras.
Let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward. And some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, the board being sued and something, and so forth is just a non-runner. It's crazy.
The chaos surrounding Jake Paul's arrest is leaving fans and commentators in disbelief. Pain Game's blunt remark sums it up perfectly, showing how ridiculous Paul looks, acting tough in public but failing to handle real consequences. People are calling him out for being foolish and reckless, highlighting that his antics are about fear and hype rather than boxing skill. Every stunt, every headline, every arrest paints the same picture of a fighter desperate to avoid real confrontation. The world is laughing at how Paul undermines himself, turning his own drama into proof that he cannot match up with a serious professional like Anthony Joshua.
I'm not saying he can't fight, I'm not saying he's rubbish, I'm not saying he's useless, but we will see how good he is. And if I'm right in what I'm saying, he'll quit.
Jack Catterall's words highlight the seriousness of preparation in boxing, contrasting sharply with Jake Paul's antics at the airport. Fans see Paul ignoring real discipline and creating drama instead of focusing on what actually matters. His reckless behavior undermines the sport and shows a lack of respect for the rules, the fans, and the athletes around him. Every stunt, every headline, every arrest proves he prioritizes chaos over preparation, making him a laughingstock in the boxing world. This story is no longer just about hype. It's about exposing a fighter who is unfit to handle pressure or take a fight seriously, leaving his career credibility in question.
You know what? Everybody's weight situation and weight making situation is unique to them. There's weight classes for a reason. I know some people are going to too extreme lengths. I don't know. I can't comment on it. I wish him to be safe and well, like I wish every fighter. But that's their business.
Jake Paul threatening legal action after his arrest adds another layer of absurdity to this saga. Fans are mocking him for trying to turn a situation he created into a victim narrative. His airport stunt, the arrest, and now lawsuits show a pattern of avoidance and excuses. People are saying this behavior exposes him as insecure and unable to face real consequences. The focus is shifting from any potential fight to watching Paul dig himself deeper with drama and legal threats. His reputation is collapsing under the weight of his own actions, leaving the public questioning if he can ever be taken seriously as a professional boxer.
He's probably going to sue them one day.
Do a class.
The airport incident has turned into a full-blown spectacle exposing exactly who Jake Paul is. Attempting to attack Anthony Joshua and getting arrested shows a complete lack of discipline and fear of facing a legitimate fighter. Every stunt, every headline, and now the talk of lawsuits paints him as someone desperate to avoid real confrontation while trying to stay relevant through chaos. Fans and commentators alike are united in calling out his reckless behavior and immature tactics. This story has become a cautionary tale about hype versus reality and the consequences of trying to manufacture respect instead of earning it in the ring. Anthony Joshua may have stayed out of the drama, but Paul's actions speak volumes about his mentality and priorities. The world is watching closely, and his credibility is crumbling fast. Are you backing Anthony Joshua, or do you think Jake Paul can shock everyone and turn this circus around? Drop your thoughts below and join the conversation.